want to talk about when God breaks his silence. When God breaks his silence. 400 years is a long time. We really don't grasp that. We just kind of run by it. But if you go back to say that maybe America began when the Pilgrims landed on Plymouth Rock in 1620, if you start there, by the time we have the next presidential election in 2020, that's 400 years. That's how long God was silent. We often think that when Malachi in the Old Testament ended, wasn't long before the baby showed up in Bethlehem. No, there was 400 years where there was no prophetic word from God. 400 years. Malachi leaves off with, or ends rather, with the children of Israel under the charge or under the coverage of the Persian Empire. King Cyrus has, as Isaiah correctly prophesied, even by name, because God knows what God's going to do. Well, before Cyrus was born, he said Cyrus is going to allow us to leave Babylon and resettle again. And he did. Even while I'm waiting on my breakthrough, I still can worship God. While I'm waiting on my breakthrough, I still can walk like I know him. I don't have to walk around and with my head hanging down. Don't have to walk around and say, God ain't hearing my prayer, so I'm throwing in the towel. But year after year, they went to the temple, offered their sacrifices. Year after year, they burned incense. And yes, they waited on God. Because sometimes you got to realize in this world, God is not going to respond in your time. God's going to move when God gets ready to move. And the children of God got to know that when God is silent, I'm still going to hold on. In my sickness, I'm still going to hold on. In my economic situation, I'm still going to hold on. I've been praying a long time for somebody to come into my life. I ain't got there yet, but I'm still going to hold on. Yes, I'm having trouble. My child is acting up, but I'm still going to hold on. God has not given me what he promised me yet, but in spite of it all, I'm going to make up in my mind that I'm not going through the motions. I'm not going to get slack on him, even though he's silent. Zacharias and Mary say, keep on keeping on. So if you're taking notes, you need to know that when God is silent, keep on keeping on. When he's silent, stay on the choir. When he's silent, stay in the usher ministry. When he's silent, keep coming to worship. When he's silent, keep on praying. When he's silent, keep holding your head up saying that yes, God is silent, but he's real. Because I know he's real down in my heart. Like 400 years pray. Then amazingly, when God breaks his silence, don't nobody want to believe him no way. Ain't it like us? Been waiting for a prayer and the prayer come through, we don't believe the answer. Don't believe it's God when God shows up. Here's Zacharias going into the temple. Yes, that's the right thing to do. But I told you last year that sometimes you can get in the routine. Coming into the temple, doing your thing, going back home. You do the same thing in the church. Come in, do our thing, go back home. No fresh revelation, no growth, no new resolution. I ain't talking about that New Year's mess. I'm talking about something between you and God. I'm talking about when you say, you know, God is going to let me turn things around, and I realize I got to be part of my own turnaround. I got to be part of my own deliverance. Yes, God will reach down and pick you up, but the least you can do is hold your hand up for him to grab you. Don't even have a husband. How is God going to use me? I want somebody to know that when God breaks his silence, you got to believe that what God says is true. When God breaks his silence, he moves from the routine to the radical. Some of y'all missed it. I'm going to say it again. When God breaks his silence, he moves from the routine to the radical. In other words, it's time out for going through the motions. When God breaks his silence, he didn't come just to talk about the same old, same old. When God begins to break that silence, God is saying something is about to turn around. There's going to be a radical change. Elizabeth, they called you barren. They called you old. They said it's over for you. But now I'm speaking. Don't let somebody else give you a label and decide what you're going to be. When God shows up, he can turn it around. Don't let nobody tell you that your chance is over. You missed your opportunity. Because when God shows up, he can move away from your past. He can change that label. And don't let no devil in hell try to tell you what you're going to be. Because you are what God says you are. So I don't worry about the haters. Don't worry about folks rolling their eyes. Don't worry about people giving you the side eye. If God said it, I'm going to take my time this morning. If God said it, it will come to pass. If God said it, it's going to be a radical change. You might be broke, God said rich. You might be sick, God said heal. You might be unemployed, God said business owner. You might be struggling, God says overcomer. It's a radical stuff. And let me tell you this, most folk can't handle your radical blessing. So you be careful who you celebrate your radical blessings with, because many people can't handle it. But don't let nobody block your praise when he blesses